Hello.
Hi.
So, I guess you introduce yourself.
Well, okay. Well, I'm Enforma. I've known this guy Peep on and off for about, I'd say, 5-6 years or so. I honestly can't remember. I am Animator Guy. You might know me from animations. I'm not good at introducing myself. I animate FNaF. Okay, that's all I do. I am a simple man who talks way too much sometimes. But you know what? That's not all bad if this is going to be an interview of sorts.
Good start. We've never done anything like this before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming you've never done this.
Oh, yeah, I've never done anything like this before, so this is all very new to me. I just thought it was like a fun idea, so like, why not? I'm going to do that.
Fair enough. So I got 10 questions here to go through.
Oh, you've got 10? Okay, well, throw one at me.
Alright, so first one is, what got you into FNaF as well as SFM?
Okay.
Oh, and for those who don't know what SFM is, it's Source Filmmaker.
It's pretty much, like Meet the Heavy, Meet the Spy, it's pretty much what those were animated in, but I can give you some long answers to them questions. What got me into Five Nights at Freddy's specifically, I originally remember people at my school telling me about a game called Five Nights of Freddy's. Five Nights of, they didn't even know the name of the friggin' game, but they told me that, and they described it in the lamest way possible by, like, there are creatures that will stuff you into a suit, and that's when the game gets scary. Something like that. And I was like, that sounds lame as all hell. I'm not getting into this. Then another friend was like, oh, hey, yeah, there's this guy Markiplier, he's playing it. And I'm like, oh, I know Markiplier, I've seen a few of his videos. And he showed it to me, and I was instantly just like, you know what, this is pretty neat. I kind of like this. And over time, it just kind of... My relationship with the FNaF series has been a complicated one. Currently, I'm just in a state of I both love it and I hate it. But nothing like that regarding to Scott Cawthon. The guy's an awesome dude. Just the series, it needs to kind of get its ground again. But overall, I'm in an interesting spot with that. SFM, I met someone. I'd rather not name them because I have a mixed history with them. And they were an inspiration of mine, and I made a shitty piece of fan art for them, which was literally just... I took a render made by, I believe, Nixon, and just shoddily edited, like, Splink's Golden Freddy's head onto it, and I'm like, here, have this. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, that's cool, and then we started talking. I'm surprised he didn't, like, shove me off to the wayside after that, because... that sounds like something an 8-year-old would send you, and then you just like, yeah, cool. And then you move on and try to forget about it, and it just kind of lingers in the back of your mind. But no, I talked to the guy a bit, and he decided to teach me how to animate, since I tried following tutorials for SFM for a long time, and they never really helped me, because the way that I learn, I can only really learn if somebody's there to teach me, and that just happened to be the someone to teach me. And what I will say about the guy is he was one of those classic, like, animating funny guys. Like, he just did some dumb stuff in SFM other than, like, the kind of content I make now. I don't know how to really put it. Like, I do something completely different than when I started. Do you want me to, like, go into, like, how I started out with SFM or anything? Or would you want me to do that soon at another question?
We'll see if there is another question like that, because I haven't really read through them. They just came off the top of my head.
That's fair enough, and that's another reason to why I like thinking, hey, maybe I should just fucking run my mouth. Let's just see how far I can go with this.
So we'll see how this progresses, and you can go into detail about that.
Yep. Alright, well, hit me with whatever you got next.
Next one is, how's the FNaF SFM community like?
The community is a very, very mixed bag. There are some lovely, lovely people in there that have honestly changed my life for the better. Some friends that I hope that I never lose. Some that have been just overall real cool people. And then there's some people who are just exhausting. There's three types of people in the community to me. There's more than that, but I'm just putting it simply. There's the people who are kind of exhausting. They like to ask for stuff. There's a lot of people who just they need the next big thing. Like, there was a model set released recently, and people went friggin' rabid over those, and I'm just like, am I the only one that does not see a difference with these and every other set of FNAF models we've gotten in the past 3 years? Is that just me? And apparently it is just me. Then there's just the nice people who have been in the community for years. They just kind of know a good bit of people, and they just kind of hang out. And then the other people are just... Well, there's a handful of people in the community who are just absolutely toxic assholes that just really, really get on my nerves. Like, some of the people that used to get on my nerves are really cool now. They've grown up. I'm not going to be calling any names, but most of them have changed for the better. There's still a handful of rogue people who just like to get on everybody's nerves, and that's all they really seem to do, but I don't really like to consider them as a part of the community. But yeah, overall my feelings on the community are very mixed. Like, a lot of people say the community is god-awful. It is not as bad as people really say that it is, but it's not the best community. Every community has their trash, so you know what? It's bound to happen. So, yeah, it's just... I'd say it's a pretty average community, except for one thing, and this is one thing that I am not afraid to admit. The FNAF community is scarily talented. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, it's just, it's weird, because, like, you don't see many other communities who are able to make, like, things in outdated software that, in some cases, can look like fucking fairly high-budget films. It's honestly nuts. And to that, I want to know where they learn this stuff. I want to get gooder. I want to be better, but it's hard. It's hard, but yeah, the community's friggin' weird. But
yeah, that's the same with, like, not just the SFM community in FNAF, but also the whole FNAF community in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the whole FNAF community is just a mixed bag. I was only referring to the SFM people. I honestly don't have much experience outside of the SFM community because I don't really follow much of the just general FNAF community. But overall, a lot of the bigger people seem like real swell people, like Dawko. I'm not a fan of his content, but he seems like a lovely, lovely dude. And I swear I'm not dying. But overall, it as I said, it's a mixed bag. There's some spooky people, as some people I know would call it, and then there's some just really, really good people. So what else have you got for me that I can run my mouth about for 5, maybe 6 minutes?
Next one, it's what's your favorite/least favorite video you've made and why?
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one, because every time I get asked this, I'm like, shit, what videos have I made? And, well, I can actually easily answer the least favorite one, and that is Dance to Forget. The video got, like, 7 million views, and I'm just like, I hate this video. I'm taking it down. I'd rather people watch it from, like, a re-upload than on my channel, because, like, the video's blown up multiple times, and I'm like, almost everything on my channel is better than that video. But you know what? I take that down, and then a 3-second shitpost starts raking in the views. Let's see how many views that video has right now, just to annoy myself. Where is it? It's gotten 600,000 views in about a month. The video has
So
600,000 views. Yeah, YouTube it just fucking works like that. Literally, it's just a shit post, and it got 600,000 views. And it had like 30,000 just a month ago, and it's like, what? This video got 600,000 views, and this video is like a year old too. It's not even a good video. I mean, it's okay. It's just dumb. YouTube algorithm. Come on, please, just make painted faces get more views. That video deserves that I actually put effort into it. But if that answers anything, painted faces is probably my favorite video. And sorry if my hand hitting my desk caused a vibration or anything.
That's alright. I think the reason why YouTube promotes these shorter videos, these meme videos, because exactly that, they're short. So therefore,
they're short. Like,
their impression rate will go higher than like a longer 12-minute video.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, usually whenever you got a short video as well, like, it's easy to just look at it and be like, it's just 11 seconds long. It can't be that bad. And just, you're not wasting even a minute of your life, so it's not that bad. Ooh, that was unpleasant. But yeah, I could see that being a factor, but then at the same time, there are other shit posts that I've made that I honestly like more, that are around the same length. Oh god, my throat is... But
you sure that's not COVID?
Oh yeah, I'm damn sure. It's just, I always get weird little feelings in my throat. It's less a cough and me trying to clear my throat, just because I feel like I have this bubble in the back of my throat, and it's just so agitating. So anytime I've been coughing on this, it's been me forcing myself to cough to try to get the feeling out of my throat.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, that's better. So, what else do you have for me?
How hard / time consuming is SFM for you?
Honestly, it's gotten more time consuming and difficult as time goes on, because I want to improve, take more time, and then, like, I honestly have just been losing motivation quicker and quicker. Like, I'm working on a project now that's actually a commission, and I really, really need to push myself to friggin' work on it, because it's just been, like, it's been draining. Like, sometimes a project, I have a blast working on it, and I'll work on it without even having a second thought, but then sometimes I'll just have a project, and I'm like, I guess I gotta do it. Nope, nothing to really make me stop working on it. And I just have to force myself to really work on stuff sometimes. But what are you gonna do? As long as I don't... Oh, sorry?
You go.
Oh, well, as long as I'm not overworking myself, which I'm not by any means, then I think it's fine.
There's a question I have here that kind of relates to that. Like, when you feel demotivated, how do you get out of it?
That is honestly a question that I have for myself quite often. I get into these demotivational ruts rather easily. Like, I'll animate, like, every day for, like, a week, and then I'll not want to animate for, like, a week or two. And I don't know how to really get out of those ruts other than just keep pushing at times, and then, like, if I know that I'm gonna have a moment, then just stop. Maybe just do something else on the side. Have, like, SFM is not the only thing I do at all. Like, I have a lot of other dumb shit that I do, but I just kind of get my motivation back, honestly. It just, like, there's nothing I can really do to, like, guarantee it'll come back. It just kind of comes back, and I'm just like, oh, okay, sure. So, I don't know. So what else have you got for me?
Do you like where the SFM community is now compared to, like, what it was maybe a year or two, even 3 years ago?
Okay, so that question is a little hard to answer, since, like, the community, in a sense, it's always been in a fairly similar state. The main thing that's really been changing is the quality of the work being produced. A lot of the, like, archetypes of people, like, you've got your you've got the people who just always need the next new big model. You've got, like, we had them recently with a set of FNAF 1 models, and then, like, 4 or 5 years ago, we had those with EA's FNAF models. So, a lot of that has stayed the same, and honestly, one thing that I'd say is, like, people nowadays seem a little bit less competitive, I guess. I don't know how much competition there really was. I've always been kind of dissociated from the community, but I kind of get a general idea from, like, just seeing into it from, like, a few servers on Twitter. That's pretty much where my view of the community is. Since I'm not too involved with a lot of things, I just have my select groups of people, and then I just kind of do whatever from there. But overall, it's a I'd say the community's alright. Like, it hasn't changed much, so
Okay then. I don't really have that much input to put in, since
yeah.
I don't really know much about the SFM community other than that it
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah, I don't know if you... Well, I don't know how much you've really been into FNAF. I see you post a video here and there, but that's really all that I notice. And...
Oh yeah, now, during the middle of this year, I think, I started getting more into FNAF.
Yeah, it seems like that happened with a lot of people, and I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's because people are like, you know what? People say FNAF is cringe, but is it really? Is it really? It's like cringe culture got shot in the throat, and it's like, I kind of unrelated, but like, I'm just happy about that because, like, I want people to like what they want, and it seems like people have kind of understood that with Five Nights at Freddy's, and they're just kind of like, hey, yeah, I like this. If other people don't like it, cool. And I think that's good.
Yeah, there's still a lot of negative aura from FNAF, primarily because of the fan base, because for so long, and even
always been there,
sort of now, it's being kind of bad, but that's usually due to, like, kids. It's mainly kids.
Yeah, but kids are kids. I can't really even blame them myself. I was a kid once. I was just like it. They'll grow out of it. Unless they don't, which a few people are like that.
Yeah, but fan bases, they always have their kids. They always are pretty bad.
Yeah, people take fan bases too much to heart. They're like, oh, the FNAF fan base is so bad, but they only see, like, the stuff that, like, the weirdo creeps or the kids post, and that's all they ever really look for. And, like,
and
every community's got that. Every community.
Yeah, exactly. Every fan base has got it. Even the fan bases that these people who are criticizing FNAF for have. Like, take, for example, anime. Or
oh well, yeah,
Undertale.
Of course. Oh, yeah. Funny
like
thing
that.
is, the Undertale... I've known a few people that were deep into the Undertale fandom, and funny thing, Undertale and FNAF's fandom are very, very goddamn similar. Like, oh my god. Like, I know there was like groups of people who are like, I'm going to recreate Megalovania perfectly after it was already recreated perfectly by like 20 other people. And like, accurate music, accurate models, game development.
I think it's because of how, like, it was made, because it's a indie game made by one guy.
Oh yeah, that and like FNAF and Undertale for a good period were like kind of rivals in a way, but like they came out at a very similar time, and I wouldn't be shocked if they had very similar communities, because like a lot of the people who animated Undertale have also animated Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that.
Yeah. Next question I have is...
Yeah?
Do you like where you are now in terms of life and YouTube as well?
In life, it's a mixed bag, if I can be totally honest. Like, just... living at my house is currently, like, just a bit of a nightmare. Just family, being a family. Gotta just deal with them. I'm living on my own, pretty much, just making my own income. Gotta pay my own bills. I mean, hell, I'm literally the supplier of internet in this house. I'm the one who pays all the internet bills, so it's weird to be in a position of power, or not power, but like it's weird to be in a position like that whenever like before I was just kind of like, well, a kid, just kind of taken from somebody else. But where I am on YouTube, I'm both happy and unhappy to a degree, because it's a weird situation. I don't know how to put it in a way that doesn't make me seem like an asshole, but it's best for me to be honest, other than to just like kind of sugarcoat anything. I feel like I have too many subscribers for the views that I get, or not enough views for the subscribers I get. Like, looking at one of my favorite videos of mine that's been up for 2 months now, not even half of my subscribers have viewed the video, and that just, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts sometimes. It's like, yeah, this is the kind of content you came for. Why don't you watch it? But other than that, YouTube's been alright. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too bad, I guess. Nothing really bad. Just like sometimes underwhelming, I guess. Because I half the reason I do like a lot of content is like, that one video that I wish did better is not because, like, oh yeah, I want this video to make me money. That's part of it, of course, because YouTube, to a degree, is my job. But just a video like that not getting many views is just a sign of, did people not like this? Did I do something wrong? I spent months on this, and do people not really like it? And every time I ask that question, people are like, no, it's good, and I'm just like, is it? If nobody seems to really care for it? It's a stressful situation that tends to get to me, honestly, fairly frequently.
Well, I feel like feedback is a lot better than views.
Oh yeah, feedback too, but like, a big thing on YouTube is like, no matter how many views you get, like, I could release a video that gets 10,000 views and I could release a video that gets 1 million views. They'll both get the same amount of feedback, just because the feedback ends up being like something you get early on other than later on, because like, when you upload a video, you usually get people who just say like, this is marvelous, you did a great job, the lighting here was phenomenal, your movements were a little lacking this time, but you know what, your ideas made up for that. And then like 10 days after the upload, you just get, me when I hear school is over, 2 minutes 8 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag I'm the purple guy. After that, you just don't really get criticism anymore. You just get shit comments like that.
Well, I can't really relate because my videos don't really get the numbers like you.
Yeah, it just really be like that. I mean, as long as you're happy, I mean, that's a good part. As long as you're happy and it doesn't like affect anything, like in a negative way.
So, moving on from SFM, we'll just talk more briefly about Five Nights at Freddy's in general.
Okay.
So, what do you like/dislike about the franchise?
Okay, I could go on for a bit about this. I want to try to go on as long as I can, but more than likely I'm just gonna like forget where I am. But what I loved the original games, counting like 1 through, I guess, Sister Location to an extent, because God, Sister Location's honestly older than people think. It's almost like 4 or 5 years old now. Same with like FNaF 6 or Pizza Simulator. But one thing that keeps me into it is just like, I like the settings and I like the character designs. Those are big things. And the plot to me, after like when Ultimate Custom Night came around and started introducing plot, I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna follow this as much. I don't care for the plot of Five Nights at Freddy's anymore. Whenever I do like an animation, I most of the time just kind of loosely follow the plot or just do my own thing with it, because I don't want to sound like a narcissist or something. don't know if that's the same thing, but like, I feel like in some aspects I could write a better story than Scott, but I just feel like I couldn't execute it well, like in animation form, because SFM is limiting. But that, and I'm lazy as all hell, but the story could be a lot better. I feel like it should have stuck to paranormal horror other than like digging deep into like sci-fi, which then killed off the paranormal. And honestly, it just, the story has been in a better place, because like now we've got like, aha, I'm the main bad guy who died in the third game, and now I'm back in the sixth game. I died again, and now I'm a computer virus, and now computer virus is inside of this girl, haunting her. Like, what do you... Let William die, Scott. You can create another villain. I mean, Vanny is kind of another villain, but isn't it, like, alluded to that, like, that's, like, the...
I think she got possessed by William whilst playing that VR game.
Yeah, like, that was, like, the ending or something, but I feel like it would have been better if, like... Okay, let me put it in a way that I personally think would have been better. She was, like, an avid fan of, like, the franchise or something, like, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza line, and she did a bit too much digging, and she's just, like, one of those, like, fangirls who's just, like, I will fucking do this because... Yeah, this guy, I idolize him. Like, I feel like William should have been more of an idol other than a possessor. I feel like that would have been a better way to go along with it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we just need... William needs to die. Scott, let him die. They let Darth Vader die. They didn't let Palpatine die, but... They let Vader die. Let William die, please.
I reckon the story kind of fell off for me once they started introducing the concept of Remnant. Just like, what?
I like the idea of Remnant, but I feel like it was just really poorly executed, especially within the games, because isn't Remnant only a detail that's, like, discussed about within the books or something?
I think it was discussed in FNaF 6, if I do believe. I'm probably wrong about that.
I could believe that with, like, one of the Easter eggs or something, but I can't remember for sure. But I feel like I feel like it was just shoehorned in. It could have been done better, like, I don't know. Like, and I feel like if there's gonna be Remnant involved, there should be at least, like, I feel like FNaF VR, if William is still, like, the William, even if he's inside of the VR thing, I feel like he should have, like, noted about Remnant. Like, he had some kind of plans, and, like, he just wanted to bring back his kids, and he was experimenting on himself because he didn't want to fuck anybody else up. They should have given him some, like... They should have, like, developed on why he wants to get Remnant. Like, does he want to do it for a good cause? Is he becoming did him losing so much turn him into the guy that he is now? He should have had more development with, like, what Remnant is, because Remnant could have been a very, very neat, like, in a way, develop a character arc for William, but it just really didn't. It's all up to speculation, and it doesn't seem like we're really getting many answers. Which is upsetting to me.
Technically, another problem I had with the story is how Scott, he's really bad at getting rid of stuff that isn't canon anymore from the previous games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, stuff like in FNaF 4, how he was going on, like, remember when they did that, when Game Theory introduced all these FNaF YouTubers to do this live stream talking about the story? And how Scott
I vaguely remember that, yeah. And then, like, he was, like, dropping lore hints on that.
Yeah, like, is that still a thing now? Like, is that still canon?
I feel what it is Scott should be more open with his story. I mean, I get it. A big part of it is the mystery, and you don't want to lose that, but if there are things that just have no details to them, like, he's trying to pretty much give us a... He's trying to give us, like, here's a point of the story you should find out without any, like, definitive proof that leads to the conclusion. And we're just not getting really any information that we really need to piece the story together. So I feel like a lot of people, except for game theory, because FNaF be bringing in them big bucks, I feel like he's just kind of given up.
I feel like there is passion in there, but just like with everything else, like with you on SFM and just anyone making videos, the money is a key role.
Oh yeah, money is a big part. And another thing too, like, Scott wanted to work independently for the longest time, and it's one man, like, doing everything for himself. So I can understand, like, that being a reason to why the story kind of fell apart. But
however,
sorry.
Oh, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, on a slightly off-related note to that, I think the best decision Scott has made in the longest in years, maybe even since, like, FNaF 3, is accepting that he can't do it alone. Like, he's having other people like mostly develop the games for him, and I think that was a good choice on his part.
I think a good thing that he's doing in terms of trying to piece together canon is the new FNaF books that he's been making.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about the books. The only thing is like it's nothing against the books. It's all me. I just don't really like reading all that much.
Yeah,
I'm just not a reader.
But with those stories, they've actually disproved a lot of popular theories, such as, I think it was called Microbot.
Oh yeah, that's just some trash game theory, like, hodgepodge together from what I've heard. Like, sorry?
I think whenever game theory does do, like, a theory, it's alright.
I'm gonna be entirely honest. Like, with game theory, I haven't really cared about any of his content in a good long while, and for me, he lost credibility all because he did a really bad game theory on Hollow Knight. But that's a completely different story. I'm just not a big fan of game theory personally, and his theories never really seem to have as much proof as they really could. And it's just kind of making fake proof, I guess. I don't know.
Did you hear about the new FNaF book? What's happened in one of the stories there, where I think
I don't know anything about the books, really. I'm gonna say it up front.
So I think there's one story where a guy gives birth to an animatronic.
Huh. Letting the writers really be open with their kinks now, huh?
Yeah, I'm really wondering how that could be canon to the FNaF plot at all.
I remember hearing somewhere, I can't remember where, but, like, I remember hearing some of, but not all the books are canon. I don't know if that's how true that is, but I remember hearing it a lot, so...
I think the books are not canon, however there's elements of them that are canon. So like, they give drop hints.
Yeah, and
such as Cassidy's name. And that.
Honestly, with that, I feel like Scott should at least be open with, like, what aspects are canon and which ones are not. Because it's kind of just another... It's like throwing more fucking... It's throwing more out there that we just can't be certain about, and there's no way we can definitively really prove what's real and what's not a lot of the time. Except for Cassidy. That was a fine detail. Like, I feel like the books, if they're gonna give lore, they should say when they're giving lore. Like, I like the fact that there's still a mystery, but there's just a little too much. Give us a break, Scott.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Here's another question.
Yes.
I've seen that on your Discord you say that your favorite FNaF game is FNaF 4.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that you have the wrong opinion?
First of all, shut the hell up. Second of all, the thing is, I'm gonna say, I'm actually gonna go a bit in depth with this one. With, like, each FNaF game, FNaF 1 honestly, I'm referring to like them on a gameplay standard. Just saying, like FNAF 1,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be entirely honest, I'm a fucking coward. That I've never had the balls to beat that game. It's not really even scary, I just hate jump scares with a passion. Like, they always
Same
just
here.
have me real tense for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, nah, I ain't doing this. But, as much as I love horror, I can't deal with it all that well myself. But, the first game's fun-ish to an extent. It's definitely not a bad game. It's just it's FNAF 1. Great atmosphere, best in the series probably. Some of the best jump scares. FNAF 2 FNAF 2 is one of the other games that I find like enjoyable to play. It's not too scary, just around the end it just gets frustrating other than fun. FNAF 3, I've never liked the gameplay of FNAF 3, and I'm bad at it. Everybody says FNAF 3 is the easiest game in the series, but I can't get past Night 3. I never was able to. Then
Yeah, I don't agree with that sentiment of it's the easiest one.
oh yeah, no, it's just
Nah.
it's just what I hear a lot from people. Like, I hear a lot of people say FNAF 3 was, like, really easy, when really it's not. I'd honestly say the easiest is FNAF 4. But FNAF 4, for me, just felt the most fun to play, honestly. It wasn't, like... It wasn't amazing, but just, like... It felt like there was less random chance and more, like, strategy that you had to get down, and I personally just... I liked that, in comparison to just randomness being thrown at you, like with FNAF 1 and 2. And Sister Location, I never played much of. FNAF 6, never played. Ultimate Custom Night, never played. And, yeah, the last FNAF game I really played was 4. So, that's half of it. The one that I feel like would be the best game, but I'm not gonna really put that out there since, well, I haven't played it. I'd probably would say being Help Wanted, since it seems like it's definitively the best FNAF game we have as a game. But I just haven't played it, so I can't really say much about that.
Same here. I've been wanting to play because they made it where FNAF Help Wanted, you don't need VR to play it anymore.
Honestly, I feel like without like, I've seen videos of it without VR, and it just seems like it kind of ruins it, honestly. Like, it just at that point, it just looks like high budget, well, even though people have found out a lot of the animations from Help Wanted were like just animations that came with like other software, like they were already done. A lot of the animations in Help, the thing about Help Wanted, a lot of the animations that were done by them were really nice, and then like some of them, like that one with like Malhair glitch, whatever, Afton at the end of the game, like dancing, people found that as like a stock animation, and it's like, come on, that just kind of ruins it a little bit for me, at least. I don't know, but
I think... Oh, you go.
I just feel like FNAF VR, it cut too many corners to be a game outside of to be a good game outside of VR, personally.
I think one of the better FNAF games, if we exclude Help Wanted, would be Sister Location.
Sister Location,
because the amount of unique takes that Scott puts into the game, I think most of them work pretty well. Although I have said in a video that I made that FNAF 2 was the best one. It is a very good game, but that's in terms of all the FNAF games. Like, in terms of the best game that perfected the FNAF formula. The best game in terms of games Scott has officially made, that would be Sister Location.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, Sister Location was, like, in my opinion, like, the best game he's made out of them, but not the best, like, as a FNAF game. It felt good as, like, just story, mostly. Like, it felt like it had a lot to actually say that wasn't just, like, ooh, hey, look, a mini game. Or, hey, look, a phone call. It felt like you were more involved with the story, other than, like, trying to find elements of it, like every other game before it.
And we are up to the final question, which I think you've given a lot of answers to, but the final one is advice to up-and-coming SFM FNaF YouTubers, or just SFM YouTubers in general.
Advice for up-and-coming FNaF or SFM people, just SFM in general. You're more than likely not going to be great whenever you start out. Everybody has their kind of just, as I like to call it, their stanky period. You're going to be bad for a while, and some people in the community are assholes. They're going to put you down. Don't let that try to just focus on yeah, I'm not that great now, but I feel like I can just get better. I need to just keep on going, keep pushing. If people have advice, I need to try to implement it in some way, even if it's not what I was going for. For example, someone could say oh hey, yeah, I feel like this could be implemented better. Don't always say yeah, this is that, but that's what I was going for. You could say yeah, that's what I was going for, but I can experiment with what you said. Don't be afraid of criticism. People in this community are gonna criticize you pretty often, and you just, it's hard to take criticism. I don't take it that well. It's something that you just gotta get used to. You gotta learn you're not gonna be great quickly, but honestly, with how the community is nowadays, it's kind of a mixed bag. You're either gonna struggle like most people did whenever they started, like me, or you're gonna be like some of the other animators nowadays that just, hi, I've been animating for 3 months, here's my Pixar quality animation. It's I don't know. I don't know how people get so good so fast at some points. It's how? But yeah, don't give up. Don't let people push you down. There's some people that are gonna be assholes. A big thing. Don't let views tear you down, because you're in a very to an extent competitive community. The people aren't competing with each other as much, but it's competitive because there's a lot of people making this kind of content, and you gotta find something to make yourself stick out. And if people end up being assholes, because people are assholes to new people a lot of the time, they're just like you'll see people in a Discord server maybe be like, look at this guy's animation sucks, lol, and it's just come on, man, do you have to be like that? Honestly, I only get that whenever people are like, hey, look at this animation, it kind of sucks, B. And it's it's well made, but it's just just not good. Just I don't have a really way to sum that up, but just don't let other people bring you down. Don't bring yourself down too much, because it's not gonna help you. Just do what you feel comfortable with. Don't feel forced to do anything specific. If you don't want to use the most accurate models, just be yourself, I guess. It's as corny as it sounds, just be yourself. Do what you like. As much as
have fun with what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of people shit on people for what they do, because it's oh, this is thing I don't like, so it must be cringe, right? Well, you know what? Maybe to some people it is, but you know what? Sometimes it's yeah, but other people enjoy it, let them enjoy it. Unless it's unless it's gonna fall into the fucking realm of Elsagate, then you should be fine with it. As long as you're not doing stuff oh yeah, here's Gotcha Life William Afton daughter pregnant prank, stuff like that, which has been emerging in the community lately, which really hurts. I wish that the FNaF community didn't have to be absorbed into that, but I mostly blame Gotcha Life. But yeah, don't bring yourself down too much. Don't let people bring you down. Do what you feel happy with. If people bring you down, if it's criticism, you can try to follow it, try to improve yourself, do what you feel comfortable with doing. You don't have to, but do what you feel will help you the best. And if people are just being an asshole, just try your best to just tell yourself, well, it's not what they like. I don't care. That's the best way I can really put it.
Yeah, as long as someone likes what you're making, I think that's fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. But not everybody's gonna like you, and that's the fact. I mean, hell, there's a lot of people in this community that I could imagine probably don't like me, but you can't please everybody. And that's just the matter of things. If you try to please everyone, you're probably gonna get yourself in a shitty situation. That's not gonna be fun for anybody. So that's the best advice I can really give.
Well, I think this wraps it up because we've been going for nearly 50 minutes. I think that's enough time.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid or something. I don't fucking know. I've never done an interview before, and I don't really listen to interviews. So interview, blah blah blah. Interview accurate, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't fucking know. My brain is turning into mush.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.
Yep.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share.
Subscribe,
like to Enforma.
You gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta punch subscribe, you gotta hit subscribe, you gotta smash that motherfucking like, that dislike, that share, that video, do a video react, whatever those fucking things were back in like 2006. I don't know.
Like, give us 5 stars.
Yeah, give us 5 stars. Share it on God damn it! I was gonna do something funny and I forgot the name of the website. Old timers.
Well, okay, bye.